I confess, I'm a part of this. I sit around sometimes and I think about retirement. For many, retirement is that light at the end of the tunnel. Drew?
Yeah. For me, I'm not retiring. There's always one more nose job, one more facelift, one more set of breasts.
And you might be onto something, because could there be a surprising dark side to retirement? A new study from Binghamton University in New York found that retirement may actually increase your risk of dementia. The researchers analyzed over 17,500 individuals, found that those who were retired performed nearly 20% worse on memory tests compared to those who were still employed. I think this makes sense if you just consider what you do when you work.
Right.
When you work, most jobs, no matter what, you are using your brain, you're interacting with other individuals. Most jobs have some element of social interaction,
Yes.
some element of problem solving. And if you retire and you stop using those same skills, it is a use it or lose it organ. Your brain is much like a muscle. If you don't use it, it's not going to work as well.
That's right.
So I think, and other studies have highlighted this as well, that if you see retirement as that light at the end of the tunnel, and one day you show up there at retirement, you're like, woo, I'm done.
Yeah.
And you just think you're going to sit there in a chair and be happy, you're wrong. And there can be some bad side effects, like maybe an increased risk of dementia.
Yeah, and you know, this finding has been shown again and again with different populations, people retiring at different ages. And so what we know is even social interaction does involve aspects of cognitive function, because you have to pay attention as we're talking to each other. And sometimes I have to remember what you just said so that I can say something about it and ask you a question next. All of those things are cognitive skills. So even when somebody says, oh, my job is just social, I just talk to lots of people all day, that is working on your cognitive function.
And the problem is a lot of people retire and they say, oh, I'm going to be so busy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And they don't.
I know. Or they spend a lot of time being alone, which of course decreases your stimulation because you don't
the
have
social
people to interact
stimulation
with.
is so important.
And I think this gets back to retirement can look very different depending upon who you are. And if your goal with retirement is to just sit and be still in solitude, that's great, but I think you have to be a little bit careful and you have to plan for retirement. You have to ask yourself, okay, what am I going to do to stay active? Am I going to volunteer? How am I going to stay close with my friends? What are some new hobbies I want to try? And I think if you do those things, you may actually build cognitive strength.
Yes.
Because the other reality is, I don't know about you all, but there are certain times in your life where, again, you may have been doing the same job for 20, 30 years, and people say, well, I'm brain dead at work, right? That's when you're just constantly hitting refresh on your social media apps. So I think it could go both ways, but planning for retirement, making sure it's going to be stimulating is very important.
You know, we're blessed with our careers in that we can really do it as long as we want.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to be in busy practice, but you can slow down, you can work part-time, you can teach, you can volunteer, you can do.
And also, it's an opportunity to maybe get back with an ex.
Well, and the beauty
I'm gonna
of
retire and get back with I don't think so.
well, and the beauty of our brains. Actually, our brains are plastic at any age. Yes, as we get older, it does decrease in plasticity, but we can change our brains positively anytime. So it's not bad news, guys. I think that as long as your retirement is fun and active and full of cool people, you're good.
Yes.